The Death Star was dying. Explosions rocked the corridors as rebel fighters tore through its defenses. Vader dragged himself through the smoke, his damaged suit sparking with every step. Luke had defeated him. The Emperor was dead. Everything he'd sacrificed, everything he'd become, it was all collapsing. He stumbled into a forgotten chamber, sealed for centuries. At its center stood a pedestal. Upon it rested a holocron, ancient, covered in Sith runes that pulsed with dark energy. Vader had never seen anything like it. His breathing labored. His suit's alarms screamed failure warnings. Minutes, maybe seconds left. With trembling hands, he reached for the holocron. It activated instantly, responding to his touch. A hologram flickered to life, not a Sith Lord's teaching, but something else entirely. Symbols, coordinates, a map through time itself. Impossible, Vader whispered. The holocron's voice echoed in his mind, ancient and cold. The greatest power is not to conquer the future, but to reclaim the past. Vader's yellow eyes widened. Could it be real? Could he go back? Stop himself before Mustafar? Before the Jedi Temple? Before Palpatine's lies took root? Save Padme. Save everyone. The station shook violently. The walls cracked. Fire spread closer. Vader pressed his hand fully onto the holocron. Dark energy surged through him, not the familiar corruption of the dark side, but something older. Something that bent reality itself. The chamber exploded with blinding light. Time fractured around him like shattered glass. Images flashed, battles he'd fought, choices he'd made, faces of those he'd killed. The Force screamed as past, present, and future collided. And then silence. Vader opened his eyes. He stood in a forest. Sunlight filtered through trees. His suit was gone, his body whole. In the distance, he heard the hum of Clone Wars-era starfighters. He'd done it. Coruscant gleamed under twin suns. Clone troopers marched through the streets. The war was still raging, but the galaxy hadn't burned yet. The older Anakin moved through the crowds, keeping his hood low. His face, scarred but recognizable, drew stares. He needed to find his younger self quickly, before Palpatine sensed the disturbance in the Force. He found him at the Jedi Temple landing platform. Young Anakin Skywalker stood beside his starfighter, laughing with Ahsoka. He looked so unburdened, so confident, so blind to what was coming. The older Anakin stepped forward. Anakin Skywalker. Young Anakin turned, hand instinctively moving to his lightsaber. His eyes narrowed at the hooded stranger. Who are you? The older Anakin lowered his hood. Young Anakin's breath caught. The resemblance was impossible to miss. Same eyes, same features, but twisted by scars and years of suffering. I'm you, the older Anakin said quietly. From the future. Ahsoka's hand flew to her lightsaber. Master, this has to be a trick. It's not. The older Anakin raised his hands slowly. I came back to stop what's coming. To save you from the worst mistake you'll ever make. Young Anakin's eyes blazed with suspicion and confusion. What are you talking about? Palpatine. Chancellor Palpatine. The older Anakin stepped closer. He's a Sith Lord. He's been manipulating you, manipulating all of us, since the beginning. And if you trust him, if you follow his path, you'll lose everything. Young Anakin's jaw tightened. That's insane. The Chancellor is a monster. The older Anakin's voice cracked with emotion. And I became his monster. I fell to the dark side. I betrayed the Jedi. I killed so many. Young Anakin stared at this scarred stranger claiming to be his future, and didn't believe a word. You're lying. Young Anakin's voice was hard as steel. His blue eyes blazed with anger and disbelief. The older Anakin shook his head, desperation creeping into his voice. I'm not. I know how it sounds, but you have to listen. No. Young Anakin stepped forward aggressively. I don't know who you are or what kind of trick this is, but Chancellor. Palpatine is a good man. He's been my friend since I was a kid. He believes in me when the Council doesn't. That's exactly how he hooks you. The older Anakin's fists clenched. He isolates you, makes you feel like the Jedi don't trust you. Then when you're desperate, when Padme's life is in danger, he offers you the one thing you can't refuse. Young Anakin froze. How do you know about Padme? Because I lived it. The older Anakin's voice broke. I had visions of her dying in childbirth. Palpatine promised me the power to save her. And I believed him. I did terrible things trying to prevent her death. Young Anakin's expression shifted from anger to something darker. Fear. What happened? The older Anakin's scarred face twisted with grief. I killed her. My choices, my fall to the dark side. I'm the reason she died. Silence. Ahsoka stood frozen, hands still on her lightsaber. Young Anakin's breathing quickened. You're insane, he whispered. Or you're a Sith trying to turn me against the Republic. Either way, I'm bringing you to the Council. He ignited his lightsaber. The older Anakin's heart sank. He'd known it wouldn't be easy, but seeing his own stubborn pride reflected back at him was crushing. Anakin, please. Come quietly or I'll make you. The older Anakin closed his eyes. There was only one way to make him believe. Then I'll show you. Before young Anakin could react, the older version reached out through the Force. Not in attack, but in connection. Their minds touched, and the memories flooded in. Young Anakin gasped as visions overwhelmed him. He saw himself kneeling before Palpatine in the Chancellor's office, pledging himself to the dark side. He saw the Jedi Temple burning, younglings cowering as his future self cut them down without mercy. No, this isn't real. The vision continued, relentless. Mustafar. The duel with Obi-Wan. The agony of burning alive. The black armor being sealed around his broken body. And then, Padme. She lay on a medical table, dying. Not from the visions he'd feared, but from heartbreak. From betrayal. From losing the man she loved to darkness. You're breaking my heart, her voice echoed. You're going down a path I can't follow. Young Anakin collapsed to his knees, the lightsaber falling from his hand. Tears streamed down his face. I killed her, he whispered. I did that. The older Anakin knelt beside him. Yes, because I trusted Palpatine. Because I thought I could control the dark side. Because I was too arrogant to see the truth. Ahsoka stood back, her own eyes wet with tears. She'd seen fragments of the vision too. Young Anakin looked up at his older self, finally seeing him clearly. How do I stop it? Palpatine has to be exposed before Order 66 is activated. Before he can isolate you. Before you're forced to choose between saving Padme and staying in the light. Young Anakin's jaw tightened with new resolve. Then we go to the Council. We tell them everything. The older Anakin shook his head slowly. It's too late for that. In the distance, red lightning flickered across the sky. Palpatine knew. In the Chancellor's office, Palpatine's yellow eyes snapped open. He'd felt it. A rupture in the Force unlike anything in 1,000 years. Two identical presences where there should be one. Time itself had been violated, and his carefully constructed plan was in danger. No, he hissed. I will not allow it. He activated his comlink. Commander Cody. Execute Contingency Order Zeta-7. Target, Anakin Skywalker. All versions. Terminate on sight. Across Coruscant, clone troopers received their orders. On the landing platform, the older Anakin grabbed his younger self's arm. We need to leave. Now. What? Why? A blaster bolt screamed past young Anakin's head. Clone troopers poured onto the platform, weapons raised. But something was wrong. Their movements were mechanical, emotionless. No hesitation. They're under Palpatine's control, the older Anakin shouted, force pushing a wave of troopers backward. He's activated their programming early. Young Anakin ignited his lightsaber, deflecting bolts in smooth arcs. Ahsoka joined him, her green blade spinning. But more clones kept coming. The hangar. Young Anakin yelled. My ship. They ran, lightsabers blazing as they carved through the assault. The older Anakin moved with brutal efficiency, 20 years of Vader's combat experience flowing through him. An explosion rocked the platform. A dark figure landed between them and the hangar. Robed, hooded, wielding a red lightsaber. An Inquisitor, the older Anakin growled. Palpatine's hidden assassins. The Inquisitor's voice was cold and mechanical. Lord Sidious commands your deaths. Both of you are anomalies. You will be erased. Young Anakin and his older self stood side by side, lightsabers raised. For the first time, they weren't enemies. They were brothers in arms. Together? Young Anakin asked. The older Anakin smiled grimly. Together. The Inquisitor attacked. The Chancellor's office doors exploded inward. Both Anakins stormed through, lightsabers ignited. Palpatine stood calmly behind his desk, hands folded, a patient smile on his face. Ah, young Skywalker. And the aberration. His yellow eyes gleamed. How fascinating. Time travel. I didn't think even the ancient Sith achieved such power. It's over, Palpatine, young Anakin said, his voice steel. We know what you are, what you've been planning. Do you? Palpatine's smile widened. And yet, here you stand in my office. Not the council's, not the Senate's. Mine. He stepped forward. Because deep down, you still want what only I can give you. The older Anakin's jaw tightened. He's stalling. Don't listen. Palpatine's hands shot forward. Force lightning erupted in a storm of blue electricity, slamming into both Anakins simultaneously. They screamed, driven to their knees. You think your little partnership changes anything? Palpatine snarled, his face twisting into something monstrous. I have foreseen every possibility, planned for every contingency. You cannot stop destiny. But the older Anakin had felt this torture before, had survived it as Vader. He pushed through the pain, raising his blade. Young Anakin saw his future self struggling, saw the scars, the suffering, the determination, and found his own strength. Together they rose. Their lightsabers moved in perfect sync, a fighting style only they could share. Young Anakin's raw power combined with the older Anakin's brutal experience. They were unstoppable. Palpatine's lightning faltered. His eyes widened with something he rarely felt. Fear. Impossible, he hissed. The older Anakin's blade found its mark, severing Palpatine's hand. The Sith Lord stumbled backward. Young Anakin raised his lightsaber for the killing blow. But the older Anakin grabbed his wrist. No, not like this. We're not murderers. Palpatine laughed and detonated a hidden thermal charge. The office exploded. The blast threw them both across the room. Young Anakin crashed into the wall, vision blurring. Through the smoke, he saw Palpatine crawling toward the exit, wounded but alive. Then he felt it, a tremor in the Force. Reality itself was fracturing. The time rift that brought the older Anakin here was closing, and it was tearing everything apart. The older Anakin staggered to his feet, clutching his chest. His body was flickering, fading in and out like a hologram losing power. What's happening to you? Young Anakin shouted. The timeline is correcting itself. The older Anakin smiled sadly. There can't be two of us. The universe won't allow it. No, there has to be a way. There isn't. The older Anakin gripped his younger self's shoulders. And that's okay. I was never meant to survive this. I was meant to save you. Tears filled young Anakin's eyes. I can't let you die. Not after everything. You already saved me. The older Anakin's voice was peaceful. By listening, by choosing differently, Vader dies here. But Anakin Skywalker, the real Anakin, he gets to live. The room shook violently. Cracks of light split the air around them. Save Padme, the older Anakin whispered. Love her. Raise your children. Be the Jedi I never was. He shoved young Anakin toward the door with the last of his strength. Young Anakin stumbled into the hallway. He turned back, but his older self was gone. Erased. The rift sealed with a blinding flash of light. The office collapsed inward, burying Palpatine's schemes beneath rubble. Young Anakin stood alone in the corridor, tears streaming down his face. He'd been given a second chance, and he would not waste it. The war ended differently. With Palpatine's true identity exposed, his hidden clone army protocols revealed, the Republic struck before Order 66 could be executed. The Sith Lord was captured, his decades-long conspiracy dismantled. The Jedi Order survived. Anakin Skywalker became a hero in truth, not tragedy. He married Padme openly, with the Council's reluctant blessing. When she gave birth to twins, Luke and Leia, she lived to hold them, to watch them grow. Anakin trained them both as Jedi, taught them to balance attachment with duty, love with responsibility. The galaxy healed, but Anakin carried scars no one else could see. Late at night, he still woke in cold sweats, remembering visions that never happened. The temple burning, Obi-Wan's betrayed face, Padme's lifeless body, the mask, the suit, the darkness. Another nightmare? Padme whispered beside him. Anakin nodded, not trusting his voice. She took his hand. You're here. With me. With our children. That other path, you'll never walk it. I know. He squeezed her hand. But I saw what I could become. What I was capable of. That darkness, it's still in me. It's in all of us. Padme's eyes were gentle but firm. What matters is the choice you make every day, and you choose the light. Anakin looked at his sleeping children through the doorway. Luke and Leia, safe and whole. He'd been given an impossible gift. A second chance bought with his future self-sacrifice. The older Anakin, Vader, had died so this version could live. "I won't waste it," Anakin whispered to the memory of the man he'd never become. "I promise." In the Force, somewhere beyond time and space, a scarred presence smiled, and finally found peace. The alternate timeline was secure. But in the shadows, other Sith waited. The story was far from over.